How's it, guys, and welcome to another installation guide. This time it's for Assassin's Creed Black Flag. But before we get started, I'd just like to thank everyone that is giving this video a like, and if you want to see more videos like this and tutorials and guides and free Reshade presets, then maybe subscribe. Also, all the links to everything I'm going to speak about now, as well as links to references, will be in the video description below. So have a look there and let's get started. The first mod that we're going to be installing is this disable annoying effects like glowing objects and outlines of enemies. So this one first, so we'll go to files and download. Once you have your file or your zip, you'll just go into it, and these files need to be within your game directory. So to find your game directory, I'm using Uplay. If you go into Uplay, isn't this the best games launcher ever? Go to games. Once you're in your game, click on properties and then open folder, and it should come up over here. See, here's the file, the folder. Make sure you are on where your exe is, which is the AC4BFSP. So Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag single player.exe. And all we're going to do is, let's just minimize this, is take the disable annoying effects mod, just click and drag it over. You won't get this replace files. I've just installed this mod already, but I can replace it again. Yours will just go into this folder itself. The next mod we're going to be doing is the skip intro videos, which are all these videos that start whenever you launch the game. So let's just go to files and download. You'll get a zip, and within the zip is a videos and a backup. So the backup is just the original movie files that play in case you mess up. So we won't be using this, we'll just be using this videos folder. So in your game directory, you'll also see a videos folder. So all you can do is just merge this file with this one if you want. Well, not in there, just in the games directory. Or just to be sure, we'll click into videos and we'll copy this. And we'll click into videos in your games directory and we'll paste it in here. It'll ask you to replace the 4 files. You do that, and this mod is now installed. The next set of mods that we're going to be doing is the Max-LOD mods. There's quite a few of them, right? So just go through all of them and download each one. Once you have all of the Max-LOD files or whatever ones that you want, all we have to do is copy the file, not the zip, this is the zip, within the zip is the file, and we're just going to replace the original one that's in our games directory. So just to be safe, create a backup of all of the files that you're going to be replacing. Once you create the backup of your files, go into each of the zips, and all we're going to do is click and drag over. It'll ask you to replace the file. You'll say yes, since you created a backup, so it's safe to do so. And the importance of creating a backup is, depending on your rig and maybe your graphics card and your memory or something like that, some of these Max-LOD mods will work on your computer and some might not. All of them work on my computer except for Abstergo. So when I'm in Abstergo, I still have the vanilla version and not the Max-LOD version, since Abstergo works when I'm walking around, but when I bring up that iPad tablet thing that you're walking around with, and you minimize and go back to walking around, the game crashes. So there's something to do with the tablet. Well, activating the tablet works fine, but as soon as you bring it, minimize that tablet again, my game crashes. So I'm running the original Abstergo, but this might work for you. But if your game does crash in that specific scenario, because that's the only scenario that I could find that crashed my game, then just have a look. Maybe it's the Abstergo Max-LOD. But I've included it here just in case it might work for you. So we'll do those, as well as the Max-LOD ships, the Data PC Forge and Data PC Extra Character Forge, and we'll just click and drag and copy that also over. I won't be doing it because I've already done that, and there's other mods within this file that I've done with Anvil ToolKit, which is coming up next. The next couple of mods that we're going to be downloading is the No Eagle Vision overlay, as well as the No Gray effect when hidden in bushes or, you know, with the other NPCs, as well as the concept Edward and More mod, which just lightens the main character's faces and skin color, so that it don't look like the skin is made out of leather or biltong. If you don't know what biltong is, just Google it. But these files are a bit different. We can't just copy and paste. We're going to be using AnvilToolKit for that. Since the installation is, we have to merge whatever files that this mod provides within this folder. So if we go look for the data PC underscore patch folder, or file, sorry. Let's go to that data patch. Where is this? PPPP. Here we go. This file. Think of this as a zip, and within this zip, there's many other files in it. So we need to get in this .forge file, and we're going to be using AnvilToolKit, which is this mod over here. So let's just download this. The good thing about AnvilToolKit is that nothing installs on your computer. So all you have to do is go in, just extract the zip and put it wherever you want. And we'll go into the folder and click on this AnvilToolkit.exe. And these two windows should pop up, right? So let's just minimize this for now. These are the two windows that pop up. This, you don't have to worry too much about it. This just records everything that the toolkit is doing and let you know that everything is loaded successfully or not. We're going to be using this window over here. If the game is not within this window, then just click on the plus, click add game. It'll ask you which game it is. You can just go with this black flag. And now it's asking you for the exe path. So that'll be wherever you install your game. Mine is eDrive Games, Uplay, black flag, and look for the AC4bfsp.exe and then click open. And that's all you have to do. This path is just for this logo, so that each game has its own logo. You can change that to any JPEG you want. I just leave it like this, it's fine. And click OK. And then you'll see at the bottom it should come up here. Alright, so now let's just double click onto this block. And here is your game directory, which is the same game directory as, you know, as this one that is reading. So when it comes to this mod over here, the No Eagle Vision, it says just merge their files with this .forge file, right? So let's go into, let's just open up this one. So it's the No Eagle Vision. If you open up that zip, there are two folders. This one is just giving you the name of the file that we need over here, as well as an optional one. So this is what the mod does. Obviously, there's no Eagle Vision, but it still gives you that blue glow around Edward. But if you want to remove the blue glow around Edward, then just add this file as well. You'll see they all end with .data. So .data files go within the .forge file, which acts as, as I said earlier, just think of it as a zip. So let's do that. Within this window, let's find the data PC underscore patch. Here we go. So all we're going to do is right click and unpack. Now think of unpack as double clicking within a zip file. You're just going into that file itself. And here's all the files that the game uses. You see .data, and we want to add things into this and also replace. So but this doesn't replace anything, this just adds. So you'll see it's also numbered 56, 57, 58. So I do have 56, 57, 58 already because I've already installed it. But we can do it again. We can just choose all your files and click and drag. There you go. Now, as you can see, I'd actually just replace the file. So just be careful if you're going to replace certain files. Everything here works, and I've tested it, so you don't have to worry. But there might be two mods that use the same file, and in that case you're going to have to decide which mod you actually want and not use the other one. So that is for the no eagle vision. I also don't like the blue glow around him. It can be it might be good for you because it will let you know when you're in eagle vision, since the game will look exactly the same, and all you have to go on is the sound cue of when eagle vision gets activated. But we'll just click and drag and put that also in this file. We are not closing this yet, since this no gray effect also has .data files for data pc underscore patch.forge file. So we'll keep this open, and all we'll do is select all and click and drag over into this folder. And there we go. So those are the two mods almost installed. The next thing we're going to do, since we unpacked it, we're going to have to repack it. So we'll just go up one with this button, just click once. You'll come to this window now, and this was the file we were just working on. So we'll have to right click and repack. As you can see there, it says successfully written forge file, which means that successfully packed it and then put it back in the game directory. So for the next mod will be this concept Edward mod. And we'll just, once you're still here, just click back again until you get to the games directory. Let's just go into concept art, go to the readme. It'll tell you which file that we need to extract, which is this one, data pc underscore extra underscore chr. I think that's for character maybe, or something like that, .forge. So let's look for that file, and this might look like it's alphabetical, but it's not, since here is a data pc underscore extra, but it's not this one. We have to actually go down a little bit more, so scroll down until you find this file, data pc underscore extra underscore chr.forge. So again, we'll just right click and unpack. The unpacking is quick, but there's a lot more files in this one, as you can see. Okay, once we're in this, all we'll do is select all our .data files, and remember, only .data files go in these .forge files, nothing else. So we'll just click and we'll drag. I already have them in here, but as you can see, I've just replaced them. So this thing doesn't ask you if you want to replace or not, so be careful. Once everything is in this .forge file, click up once and choose the file that we were just working on, right click and repack. Now, as you can see, it says here reading files, so now it's doing its job. So just leave everything. Let me just minimize this and minimize that. Okay, this took about a minute and 10 seconds. Yours might take longer, but I think this is CPU driven more than anything else. So, but just leave it until you see the successfully written forge file. After that, you can close Anvil ToolKit. The next thing we're going to be doing is downloading Reshade. So go to Reshade, go to download, and download the latest. The latest one is 5.4.2. Start the setup, and the first window will obviously be this one. And search for Assassin's Creed Black Flag SP, the single player version, not the multiplayer version. If you can't find it here, go to browse, and then go to your Assassin's Creed Black Flag, your Assassin's Creed Black Flag game folder, and just click on the singleplayer.exe, click open, and click next. We are going to be using DirectX 10.11.12. Click next. Just click next all the way until you come to this screen. These are all the effects. Uncheck all and then check all. All we want is all the files or all the effects. Click next and wait for everything to install. Once everything has been installed, you'll see this window and you can click finish. Now let's go back to the game folder itself, and you should see now the Reshade shaders folder as well as a couple of other files. We are now going to install the RTGI shader as well as my preset. So if you are not using the ray tracing preset but the non-ray tracing preset, you can skip this small step. But for those that are, we're going to be installing it into this folder. So I've used .33. .34 is a little bit funky, so I'm not using that. So .33 is the ray tracing GI. Click into the zip, copy this, and just paste it into the Reshade shaders folder. Paste. You won't get a replace file since it'll be the first time you're doing it. I have already got it here, so I'll just replace it. What I'm also using is this motion estimation shader. You can also find this in Pascal's Discord. So I'm not using the optical flow version, which is the newest version. I don't think this works as well as this, or there's a little bit of issues I find within this game specifically. So we're using the motion estimation shader one. So all we'll do with this one, go into the file, and this is the shader itself. So we're just going to go into shader. We're just going to go copy and paste. It's asking me to replace because I've already installed it, so you won't get a replace pop-up. Now that that's installed, let's install my preset. So let's get out of this folder itself and back into the games directory. So where the exe is, this is where you'll put my preset. Of course, if you've downloaded it, you know there are two versions, the non-RTGI and the RTGI version, which is RTGI Ray Tracing Global Illumination. Just copy this and paste it into this folder, and that's it. Let's run the game. Now when the game starts, you'll see the top of your screen, the Reshade starting up. Once you see that, you know you've installed Reshade correctly. Okay, once you're in game, open up Reshade with the home key on your keyboard. Okay, you'll end up on this screen. Let me just move this over here. For the ray tracing, we're going to first need to find our depth. So to do that, we'll click on this, search for the display effect or shader, display depth, this one. Click on this, you see everything is working. So you don't have to change anything. Okay, that's good. So just click on this blue bar over here and go to your newly installed preset, which is the Beyond the Hype RTGI or non-RTGI version, and click select. The next thing we're going to do is also set our depth. So if you go to add-ons tab, click on the copy depth buffer before clear operations, as well as it'll be one of these, right? And to find out which one in particular it is, because you see there's two 4K versions here, or you will see two 1080p versions. Just click on this copy depth buffer before full screen, and if you see a clear 1, 2, 3 and 4, that's the amount there is in this game. Click on the main line above here, and then just unselect depth buffer before full screen calls again. So then it's this line as well as the copy depth buffer, and everything should be fine now. Okay, that's the end of this video. Hope this guide was helpful. Catch you guys next time. Cheers, bye bye.